Este video está traído a ustedes gracias a Gameflip. Buenas gente, como sabrán, he estado trabajando con la página More MMR, así que poco a poco estamos traduciendo todo el contenido para traerlo a la comunidad latinoamericana de Dota 2. En esta ocasión les traigo una muestra, un botón de lo que pueden encontrar ahí. Es uno de tantos videos. Tienen que saber, gente, que las guías tienen una muy buena calidad de producción, ustedes ya lo verán, y la teoría está respaldada por jugadores profesionales.
The selection of your carry is often one of the most responsible choices in the game. As a carry, you will most often receive the maximum amount of gold and experience, so it is very important to play a hero that is capable of real feats against the opposing team. You need to pick a hero that fits with your team's draft and can also be effective against the enemy team's heroes. In Dota 2, a lot relies on the opportunity to choose last. If you have the last pick, in many cases you are able to pick a hero that can counter all enemies at once. Usually you would like to see the enemy carry, then the mid, and then the hard laner for dessert. As soon as you see the enemy picks, you will immediately be able to assess his approximate game plan, and in that case you can make your best carry choice and thereby outpick your opponent. Now it should be noted that some supports may also cause you trouble. For instance, take Alchemist, Husker, or Morphling. These heroes are quite unique in the sense that they all manipulate their health in various ways. If the opponent has the last pick of support, and if you've already chosen those characters, an Ancient Apparition pick will then be the source of a huge headache for you. If an Ice Blast hits you, you will not be able to morph your health as Morphling or regenerate as Alchemist, and Huskar's healing ability will be of no use to you. There are many ways to counterpick someone, and it's best to go through all the possible options when selecting your hero. Finally, when you're 100% sure that your hero will be comfortable like a fish in the sea, you can confidently commit to your choice. When you're choosing a hero for the safe lane, think about the enemy aggression. For instance, you have two supports without AoE. The enemy, seeing this weakness, decides to go with Broodmother as a means of winning the game early. You now have no option to change your lane since your mid and offlane heroes are not particularly strong against Broodmother either, so you need to pick a carry that can give the spiders a hard time. Quite honestly, you don't have a lot of options. You're left with Sven and Legion Commander. Sven can keep the spiders at bay with his Great Cleave in the hammer, while Legion Commander can deal with them using the Overwhelming Odds ability. Now, as to team synergy, many carries perform exceedingly well with specific supports. Let's say you are playing as Terrorblade, and the opponent has really solid physical damage. The enemy team also has several disables that penetrate BKB. No matter which items you build, you are going to die a lot. Here, the key factor will be the performance of your supports. For instance, Crystal Maiden and Witch Doctor that can't deal with Bat Rider will not be able to provide much support for you. Besides, their abilities do nothing for your own physical damage. Hence, Terrorblade's synergy with such supports is far from optimal. An entirely other case is when you're playing with Vengeful Spirit and Dazzle. Here, you can respond to all of Bat Rider's attempts to catch you out with a Nether Swap. Venge will also significantly boost your firepower and lower the enemy's defense. Dazzle, meanwhile, can also be nasty to the enemy's defense stat, but won't always be able to save you from a lasso. However, if Dazzle manages to cast his grave on you in a critical situation, you will have 5 seconds to utilize the Sunder. Let's look at another example that showcases this topic. Our ally takes a Mangus to the hard lane, and he intends to be the initiator in this game. He will be very happy if you can take a carry that can kill enemies under the effect of reverse polarity. Even better if you take a melee hero. Empower gives both ranged and melee heroes the same buff in terms of damage, but the melee fighters have a splash bonus as well. If Magus catches more than one hero in his reverse polarity and delivers them to you, Splash will let you deal with them much faster. Hence, you need a melee hero that can quickly deal a lot of damage. Why, this sounds just like a Juggernaut. Thanks to Omni Slash, you will deal massive damage under reverse polarity and leave the enemy with no chances of survival. So here's what we learned in this video. In cases where you have the last pick, your carry should be the hero that is chosen last. When choosing your carry, it is very important to think about the compatibility of your hero with the rest of the team. Counterpicking lets you dominate the opponents, so remember to watch the enemy's draft carefully.